Snoozer's Storytime Adventures. How are you doing today, Snoozer?
I am feeling tremendous!
Well, that's so good to hear. We are going to be reading a nice story today.
What is it called?
It is called Could My Neighbor Be a Prince? And it's written by Nicole Denise Smith, and it is illustrated. The art is by Chris Padavano. Let's take a look at this book. Could My Neighbor Be a Prince? Oh, look at this. It was signed by the author. That's nice. So do you think these two are neighbors?
I think so, Mrs. Hamilton, because that is what the title said.
Yes. It was the warmest day of summer. The sun beamed off my skin as sweat glistened off my face. I was hot. I ran inside my house to grab a freeze pop when I heard a moving truck pull up. Oh boy, it says moving van, so I guess someone is moving in, maybe next door. Eager to see who was moving into the neighborhood, I stayed seated on the front steps. The moving truck parked in front of the house next door. There was a tall man in the driver's seat who seemed pleased. So I think he's happy. My heart was pounding with excitement. Who could be moving next door? I hope whoever it is likes baseball. I've been looking for a pitching partner. Everyone began to get out of the moving truck and headed inside to their new home. The tall man was walking next to a young boy. A woman stood beside them holding a baby. As I watched the family exit the truck, I noticed something. The family was dressed in unique clothing. I was confused. Their clothing didn't seem normal. They weren't dressed like me at all. Well, does everyone need to dress the same, Snoozer?
No, Mrs. Hamilton. People can be different. I like red and yellow, but I have a friend named Checkers, and he always wears blue and white.
That's right. Everybody is different, so they may not all dress the same way. We all dress differently. But I guess this boy isn't dressed like him, so he seems confused. But let's see what happens. David, come inside. It's time for dinner, my mom yelled. I ran inside and told my family all about what I saw. Mom, guess what? We have new neighbors, I told her. Really? How about we go next door and introduce ourselves tomorrow? Well, that's nice. When someone moves in, it's always nice to go over to their house and maybe introduce yourself, say who you are, and you can meet the people that are living in the other house. Knock, knock, knock! When the door opened, a tall man stood there with thick eyebrows and a long beard. In a husky voice, he said, "Hello!" My dad responded, "Hello, my name is Richard. This is my wife, Nicole, and our children, David and Tiffany. We live next door." "Oh, nice to meet you. How nice of you to stop by. I'm Ishmael Mohammed. We moved here from New York City," the tall man stated. As my father and Mr. Mohammed continued talking, I couldn't help but stare. I nudged my sister with my elbow and whispered, "Hey, isn't it weird that he's wearing a skirt? What's wrong with him?" My sister whispered back, "I don't know. You know those New York City folk like to dress outrageous." Mr. Mohammed called his family to the front door to join us. "This is my son, Bayol, and my wife, Mecca. She's holding our latest edition, Baby Hakeem," he stated firmly and proudly. "Very wonderful to meet all of you," my mother said, smiling. "Aw, look at the baby," my sister said excitedly. "Hello?" I said, confused. My legs felt glued to the ground, and my eyes were locked on Mrs. Mohammed. When she stood there, she didn't make too much eye contact, and she was very soft-spoken. That means she talks kind of quieter. She was covered head to toe with sheet-like material. All her hair was covered. She was dressed like a mummy. I could tell she had on regular clothes underneath all that cover-up. I didn't understand why she was wearing that. It was so hot outside. Why cover up with curtains on top of your clothes? Is she hiding? Maybe she didn't like her outfit. Walking back to our house, I had mixed emotions. I was excited that there was a new family on our block, yet I was disturbed about how they were dressed. It was so different. Why did they dress that way? Who wants to be covered in sheet-like curtains with small caps on their head? Well, Snoozer, I think they're dressed differently because they're from a different culture. And some people in certain cultures dress this way. And this boy is from a different culture and he dresses this way. But there's nothing wrong with that. We all dress differently. A few days had gone by. I didn't see much of the Mohammed family until one day the ice cream truck pulled up. Bayul came running outside. Hey, Bayul, how are you? Do you want to play baseball with me after you finish your ice cream? I said, eager to see him. Sure, David, baseball is fun, Bayul said to me. Ah, look at that. See, the ice cream brought them together. It made them start a conversation with each other. After we ate, both of us enjoyed a few rounds of catch. I noticed that Bayul started to scratch his head a lot. I said kindly to him, if you're hot, why not take off your hat thing? Why do you wear that every day anyway? Let's find out. Bayul replied, it's a symbol of my heritage and my culture. I'm a Muslim. What does Muslim mean? I asked. We believe, dress, act, pray, and eat a certain way, he said proudly. I stood there quietly. So I think he's finding out about his culture. One thing for sure, I did have fun with Bayul and wanted to make sure we remained friends. I knew that in order for me to keep my new friend and fellow baseball fan around, I had to respect his culture, whether I understood it or not. Well, of course. We're all different, right, Snoozer?
Mm-hmm.
But I think they're great friends because they share something in common that they both like. Baseball.
And ice cream.
That's true, Snoozer. A few days later, Bayul invited me outside to play some baseball. I happily accepted. As we played, I took the time to ask more questions about his unique culture in an effort to learn more about him. Hey, your family dress is so different. It's cool. Your mom and dad look like they are a king and queen. Does that make you a prince? Why do you always wear that circle thing on your head? I asked. It's called a kufi, Bayul responded with a giggle. No, I'm not a prince. I wear my kufi because my father does, and it's a traditional hat of men. Oh, okay, that's cool. I like how it's round and flat, I shared with him. Thanks, Bayul replied. Also, what's up with your mom? How come she's so quiet? And what about all the clothes she wears? Isn't she hot? Bayul giggled. My mom wears those garments to cover her body and her clothes as a form of respect. She wears a blue hijab. It's like a scarf, and she uses it to cover her hair and part of her face. As we took turns batting and pitching, I thought more and more about the Muslim culture. While it has its differences from how I live and dress, it's very interesting. Just then, Bayul's father called him inside. He invited me inside too. I went in right behind him. Son, did you not finish your work? Finish, and then you may return outside to play, his father said to him sternly. Can I help you with your work? I asked eagerly. Sure, Bayul said to me. I have to practice writing my letters in Arabic, something else we do in my culture. I can show you how, and then you can help, Bayul said to me. Before I knew it, I was writing unfamiliar letters in black ink and enjoyed it. So their letters are a lot different than ours, aren't they?
Yes, they are different.
Bayul, your family is cool. I wish my family had a secret language writing and clothing. You're so lucky, I said to him with envy. Thanks, but it's not all that great. In my old school, I got picked on a lot. Some kids even made fun of me at lunch because I wouldn't eat the same things that they would eat, Bayul said to me. Sometimes Muslims are not accepted by others. My family reminds me that it's okay to be different. Some people don't like what they don't understand, he continued. Well, it's not nice to make fun of other people because they're different, is it, Snoozer?
No, Mrs. Hamilton.
Because we're all different. Well, I think your family is brave for being different. It's also awesome how much you've been willing to share with me about yourself, I stated. Regardless of your culture, you're a great friend and cool neighbor. That's all that matters to me. And then here's some information about the Arabic language and a little bit about the author. Well, that was a nice story. And it's nice that he met a new friend. The boy met a new friend. It's always fun to make new friends and keep the old friends. Hey, that reminds me of a song.
What is it called?
It's called Make New Friends. Well, it's always nice to meet new people. You can make friends wherever you go, even when someone moves next door. All right, this is how the song goes. It's called Make New Friends, but keep the old. Do you have someone that's a very special friend, Snoozer?
Yeah, I have a friend named Checkers, and I am friends with the robot named Zat.
So those are your friends, your old friends, and then you can make new friends. So we'll say one is silver and the other's gold. The gold are the friends that you had before. The silver are the new friends.
Let's do it!
Make new friends, but keep the old. One is silver and the other is gold. A circle is round, it has no end. That's how long I want to be your friend. You help me and I'll help you, and together we will see it through. The sky is blue and the earth is green. I can help to keep it clean. Cross the land, across the sea. Friends forever we will always be. And you know what, Snoozer?
What, Mrs. Hamilton?
You're one of my gold friends because we've been together a long time and you are a great friend.
Really?
Yes.
Thank you, Mrs. Hamilton. You are my friend too.
That's so nice. And then it's always important to make new friends too.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we are going to make a craft today.
Which one?
So I was trying to think of something that happened in the story, and the one thing that brought the two neighbors together was what, Snoozer?
It was ice cream!
That's right. So we are going to be making an ice cream truck. Well, here's the ice cream truck, Snoozer. Ice cream!
Yummy!
So we are going to need this sheet. Okay, and we just have to cut up the pieces. I think I'm set. So when I cut out the bottom pieces, I kind of left a little space because some of those are a little small to cut out. All right, I think I'm set though. Now you can make this any way you want. Right, Snoozer?
Yes. If I had a crayon, I would make it red and yellow, and it would be a Snoozer ice cream truck. Vroom, vroom.
Well, you know what, Snoozer? That does not surprise me because you always like to make things your own way.
To make things red and yellow. Do you know why, Mrs. Hamilton?
Because you're red and yellow, right?
How did you know?
because you're sitting right next to me. All right, so I put that piece on, and then I can put the ice cream in any order I want. Which one do you want to go first, Susan?
Let's do green first.
Okay. That's what I did, but don't look at mine.
You can pick the next one, Mrs. Hamilton.
Well, I really like, it's the same one I picked, but I really like rainbow sherbet. Okay, your turn.
Now I will pick pink.
All right, strawberry. And then last but not least, we'll add the chocolate.
Chocolate.
All right. Well, that was easy.
And do you know what? We can also draw on a snoozer in front of the window because then Snoozer would be an ice cream truck driver.
That is a very good idea, Snoozer. I like that idea. And maybe I can get a little picture of me and put it in there. And then there'll be 2 ice cream trucks.
I would say, hello everybody, I am Snoozer. Who wants to buy my ice cream?
And I would say, hi, I'm Mrs. Hamilton, and I have ice cream too. But I have a feeling, because yours would be red and yellow, that everyone would go to your ice cream truck.
That is okay, Mrs. Hamilton.
As long as everyone gets some. All right, well, I had a great time with you, Snoozer, and all our friends, and we'll see you next time on Snoozer's Storytime Adventures.
Bye-bye!